All right, everybody. So I have the new, what they call the SIG AIR ProForce. This is going to be their CO2 version, as you can see on the box. And it is the SIG SAUER M17. And the really nice part about this particular gun is it shows that SIG SAUER is actually kind of taking the airsoft community a lot more seriously, because they are now producing this with the VFC. So VFC is the manufacturer of the pistol. SIG has the licensing, so we should see some beautiful trademarks on this pistol. So we're opening it up. Like, the box is really nice. It has a lot of nice pictures, a lot of nice engraving. It tells you it's 6mm, it's semi-auto, it's a gas blowback, and it says CO2 version. Let's see, inside this we have the magazine, a nice tool, the gun itself, and of course the manual. Now let's put away the box for a sec. The manual's really nice, easy instructions, kind of tells you a little bit more about the gun, nice pictures, everything you could use in it. It's bilingual, so it has multiple languages in it, so that's good. So we're putting that to the side. We're going to leave the pistol in the wrapper for last. Let's get to the magazine. So the magazine, pretty well built. It feels full metal, has a nice polymer on the bottom, beautiful SIG trademark here. It's an Allen key, which is what this is for here. Now the nice part about this is, of course, they've sent you the big Allen key, but they've also sent you a little insert grip, so you can actually pop it in there, so you got a little bit more lock to it. That way your hand doesn't slip if you're trying to use this with gloves. So it depends on if you're a big knob person, or the little knob can also pop in there, so it won't twist on you and you can get more leverage, and it will just pop right in like so. Oh, it just slips. Yep, locks in and clicks, so now you have some nice leverage. That's really nice. Inside, it's divoted, so the CO2 will pop in this one. Now, I will probably not use the CO2 mag. I've got some green gas mags for this particular gun. That way it's field legal. The CO2 mags have a tendency of shooting hot. However, it kind of is nice because I use the CO2 mags for paper shooting. So if I'm out at the farm, I can shoot some paper targets, and then I switch out to green gas for actual gameplay. But besides that, there's a lot of nice weight to this. I really like the release valve on the back for the gas. It's really nice. Has a higher lip. I don't know if you can buy different lips for this or aftermarket lips. That way, if you break it off, you're covered there, but it looks pretty solid to me. So we have all that. We're going to put the bags to the side. Now we're getting to the gun. Now everybody's going to go, ooh, I see an orange tip. The orange tips are removable. So before this video, my technician here at the store was able to tell me, yes, it's removable. He removed one already. This is just a polymer tip that unscrews, and then you use like nail polish remover, and then you can get all the residue out. But here is the gun in its glory. Beautiful trademarks. They are laser etched in, and they're actually quite deep, so you can run your finger across and feel it. It has a tear down lever here. This is your bolt lock, your safety switch, the grooving inside with SIG trademarks. On the bottom we have, this is not a toy, it's for training purposes. It is in the box, very well lubed, as you can see. That way it won't have any like residual problems. You'll have to keep it well lubed to use this. Nice trademarks up here. It has a serial number. It has Newton, like the US trademarks here, and again SIG here. Beautiful trademarks all the way around. Beautiful sights. They're white ghost sights, so it's very easy to stay on target. And surprisingly, it's quite light for a gun. Rack back, we'll put up the bolt lock. Very nice in that case. It's a little slow, I feel, on that, but when you're shooting CO2 out of it, or even the green gas, I bet you it's pretty fast on that one. Like so, the safety lever. Now let's see what it looks like with the magazine in it. Oh, what's not happening here? Oh, it needs a little bit more push. That's interesting. So at a certain point, like I like babying my mags, but if you stop there, it won't seat. You actually have to go in and tap it on the bottom, which actually locks them quite well in there. You're not going to accidentally drop out this mag. That's a nice feature on that. And then locks back when it's empty. drop forward, and let's see the trigger. So there's not a whole lot of play in that. It's a nice stiff trigger. I like that. So let's see what's inside this bad boy. We're gonna flip this open in that little notch section, pop it open, slide her off. So in here, it is a different style hammer housing. I don't know what is on the market for aftermarket. This is your slide lock, and it's ambidextrous, both left and rights. So that's nice. And it's all aluminum and metal, which is actually really nice. It's well oiled, so that's good. Here we have the hop-up wheel, which is built into the center, kind of like VFC did for the Elite Force Glocks. So all the recoil, instead of like the Toki Marui, where the wheel is sitting usually right here for your hop-up, they've put it in the middle, and they've changed it. Instead of being vertical to the gun, they put it horizontal, so the recoil from the blowback will not adjust your hop-up without you wanting it to be adjusted. That's really a nice feature. Let's see what we have here. We're going to pull this back, check out the nozzle. Now the nozzle has a really nice spring to it, so that tells me it will shoot just fine. Again, it's really well lubricated, but guys, I think for a gun, this thing will be just fine as long as you do proper maintenance and care to it. Let's see. That's the sweet spot. Ooh, she is stiff to put back together. Doesn't help that my hands are all looby from this now. Ah, there we go. We just had to give it that little love tap. Surprisingly, this thing needs a lot more like smacking and like a real firearm, which is actually kind of a nice feature that they've done to that. Like, that's a really crisp trigger. I think overall, I'm actually really happy with the look of this gun. Without the orange tip, it will look even better for airsoft play. Guys, remember, if you're going to play airsoft, play safe, play hard. Don't take your airsoft guns out in public. Take them in a gun case, consider them, and treat them as if they're real firearms. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed this, and come on into the store and pick up your own SIG. This is a pretty cool gun. Talk to y'all later.